Hello, SCV35 team and families. This is the April 30th weekly update with me, Dave Verdugo, Superintendent of SCV35, also known as our Super 35 on social media. This week, we are going to focus a little bit differently on our weekly update. We have had a lot of questions about next year already. First, I want to say we want to finish this year strong with all of our final few weeks with students and preparing for summer and for next year. But the questions that surrounded the learning models for next year, what next year will look like. So what we're going to do is on May 5th at 5 p.m., we will have a live stream question and answer so that we can present something that we're going to present today as well. But again, answer any questions that you may have in a live setting. So if you do have any questions, again, as usual, please email communications@scv35.org. So today we'll begin with a presentation that discusses next year as well as the current status of where we're at. So we'll begin with the COVID-19 update. And first of all, we've been offering the vaccine to our staff and scheduled with the assistance of Mariposa Health Centers and Santa Cruz County, which we do, again, appreciate their partnership. Majority of our staff has opted to be vaccinated, and so we are very happy with that to keep them healthy and safe as one of our mitigation protocols. Also, our county has been very fortunate to offer 16 to 18-year-olds the opportunity to receive the vaccine, and we've been working to schedule our students that want to and provide them with that opportunity. I also want to mention that Santa Cruz County has also applied for a waiver to vaccinate students 12 to 15-year-olds. And they believe that that will be received soon, and we'll keep you updated on that. And when that is an option, we will again present that to our constituents and community to allow our students to be vaccinated if they choose to. So again, we appreciate the partnership with Mariposa Health Centers and Santa Cruz County for that assistance. We continue to have a decline in COVID-19 cases in our community, and there has been no new cases reported in our schools since we opened back with our hybrid. We believe that that's not only due to the vaccine, but also to our continued mitigation protocols, which we are continuing in place. We recently sent out an announcement about the governor's removal of the requirement for face coverings, but we, again, as part of our continuing protocols based on the CDC guidelines, as well as the Arizona Department of Education recommendation, that we continue with that. So we will continue with those mitigation protocols, including all of our cleaning and other mitigation protocols. Some of the mitigation strategies, speaking of that, we want to make sure that we continue to do our part in Santa Cruz County and provide that for a model within the state of Arizona. So again, we will continue to follow all of our current protocols, disinfectant, sanitizing protocols. And again, just a reminder that we also have telehealth options at our school sites that we've been working with Mariposa Health Centers to provide. And that is an option that we believe is very important, not only for our staff and students, but for families. You know, as we begin to open back up, we will again provide that option for families to come and receive health options at our school sites. And that is something that we're looking forward to offering to our families for next year. Now, the big question about next year is the learning models, which include distance learning and in person. So there are some different models, and again, we're going to present this fully on Wednesday, May 5th at 5 p.m. With a live stream and be able to answer any questions. But in the meantime, if as we go through the presentation today, if you have questions, please email them early to SCV30 or communications@SCV35 so that we can have those answers and maybe add them to our presentation on the 5th. So the question is, are we going to have an online or distance learning model and an in-person model? And the answer is yes. We will have those options for next year. What it looks like, we are still developing. as far as the distance model goes. We have learned a lot of lessons, and we're going to continue to learn lessons as we finish out the school year. And so we have what's called K-5 Accelerate for the elementary level. And that is an individualized platform, self-paced and self-regulated, with a lot of assistance from parents, with a help desk for technical support. And again, we are still gathering information on how that may look and be adjusted, because we know how important it is to connect with our students and keep them informed. And also, there was a recent legislative change that allows us to do some different instruction and models. And so we will be exploring that. And again, hopefully you have a lot of questions for us on May 5th, so we can continue to get feedback and explore what that K-5 model will look like. And our 6th through 12 model is our Edgenuity model, which is a certified teacher will be assigned to each of the school sites, Guatemundi, Calabasas, and Renovaca High School. And there will be a student orientation and parent meeting. And again, that is mostly self-driven, but there is assistance from a certified teacher. And so that program we've had in place for a period of time. And again, we will be receiving feedback on how we can expand and improve that program. And then we will have our in-person model. We will return to our 5-day-a-week in-person model with regular start and end times. And Wednesdays will continue to be early release as we've had in the past. Again, all of these are things that we'll be continuing to look at, how we can improve, especially, as I mentioned, with the change in legislation that allows us to be creative with seat time. And what that means is that we can offer some days that may be distance learning and in person. But again, we don't want to say we're going to do something yet until we explore what that looks like. And so we have, again, begun our process of our lessons learned. What did we learn from this year and our distance model, as well as our in-person model? So those are the things that we're looking at right now. And again, we'll share those, and we hope, again, that you have a lot of questions for us on May 5th. So what's next? You should have received a survey that asked you what type of model you would prefer. And so we, again, continue to ask you to provide that feedback for us. Your student selection for next year, including the online option or distance learning model, or the in-person model, which will, again, allow us to prepare and plan in case there's a need for additional staffing and those things, because we want to make sure that we provide the best education possible, whether it be distance or in person. And again, we are reviewing all of those to make sure that they fit with our district and the expectation that we meet all of the needs of every student, and we have a personalized learning option for our students. Again, if you have questions, please email, or you can call our communications, and on our website you can find that information as well, with the most up-to-date information. But please email communications@scv35.org before May 5th for your questions, so we can answer those during the live stream. We will also have options during the live stream for you to provide questions. So again, May 5th, which is next Wednesday, we will have a live stream question and answer. And we look forward to answering the questions and working through this so that we can begin next year for 21-22 with a very positive beginning to our school year. And again, we hope that we finish out the year strong, and we again thank you for your patience and assistance throughout this year. We know it's been different with the pandemic. We have a lot of exciting events coming up with not only our Above the Bar interviews, but of course we have our senior tribute, our transitions, 5th grade transitions, 8th grade transitions, and of course culminating with our graduation. And we look forward to celebrating that. So thank you for viewing this week's weekly update. And again, we hope you tune in on May 5th to see to answer any questions that you have. Until then, we wish you an above the bar week. Thank you.